Joined now by Virginia Democratic Congresswoman-elect Abigail Spanberger. She defeated Republican Congressman Dave Brat, a Freedom Caucus member, who, of course, was famous when he toppled then House Majority Leader Eric Cantor in a 2014 primary. Congresswoman-elect Spanberger, welcome to the show and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I got to ask this way. How do you attribute your victory in a district that, while certainly there's some suburban places, there were some blue dots in it when things started, it's a pretty, it's a lean red district. What's your explanation?
So we started this campaign getting out in the community, talking to people, having meet and greet events in living rooms and dining rooms across the district. And I attribute our victory to the fact that our strategy was, from the start until the end of this campaign, focused on talking to voters in their space, in their homes, about the issues that are most important to them. And really listening to people and talking about what their concerns are, what their challenges are, their personal stories, their policy concerns, and answering questions and really showing up and being present in a way that the voters in our district really, truly want their representative to be.
What do you believe the mandate is that you have from your constituents and the expectation, if assuming you run for re-election, it's rare that somebody doesn't after one term, so assuming you do, what is the accomplishment you need to have in your mind to take back to your constituents to say, I deserve this re-election?
So my mandate is a couple things. It's to continue being present in the district. It's to continue being accountable to people, to be accessible through town halls and other engagements. But on the policy side, it's really to focus on getting things done. We are a relatively 50-50 district, and so my mandate is to work with people across party lines to focus on the issues that are important to the people in this district. The most top of mind health issue is healthcare and the cost of prescription drug prices, the cost of rising premiums. But people are concerned about healthcare, other aspects of healthcare, and particularly in the rural areas, access issues. People are concerned about educational issues, job and economic issues, career and technical training, and in parts of our district, infrastructure issues such as broadband internet infrastructure.
What is it that Dave Brat failed to do? Why do you think that there's clearly somebody there's a group of people who voted for him 2 years ago who said, I'm not doing that this time, I'm voting for Ms. Spanberger. What do you think, how do you think he lost these voters, and what lesson do you take away from it?
Well, I think we really were able to win over a lot of voters by talking about bringing decency and civility and efforts to really try and solve problems back to government. I focused in our campaign on issues and talking about the issues and what I wanted to achieve, and certainly contrasting with my opponent in that way. But it was really policy based, and I was present and showed up across the district, and I made a commitment to voters across the district that I am going to be a representative to those who elected me, and also to those who did not vote for me. You have been crystal clear. You've not been one of those that's been vague about your views on the speakership. You have said this: I won't vote for her, about Nancy Pelosi. I won't vote for her under any circumstances, and I won't abstain from a vote to avoid not voting. That means I will vote for someone else that is not Nancy Pelosi. I'm curious, has anybody else not named Nancy Pelosi, a Democrat, reached out to you to see if you would support them for Speaker? I do not yet know who I would be supporting for Speaker of the House. I don't yet know who would be challenging her either. And I hope a lot of that will become clear when new members head to Washington to begin orientation in the coming weeks.
Is there anything Leader Pelosi could say to you to change your mind?
So my focus has been that I truly believe that we need new voices leading the conversation in Washington. It's been a source of concern for many of my constituents, and I want to move forward in a way where we're focusing on really trying to solve problems and address the issues that are the mandate issues that sent me to Washington. I have spoken very clearly about my stance and don't intend to change that stance.
All right, it's very difficult. It looks like she's going to have the votes. That's tough to separate from. Many Democrats have tried to do what you've done in the past, and it didn't work. How do you think you can somehow keep your distance from a leader of your own party if they indeed become Speaker?
Well, I think it's not even an issue of trying to keep distance. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Leader Pelosi and all that she's done. It's my goal and my position on what the speakership should look like into the future is a different thing. So it's not an issue of trying to distance myself from anyone. It's an issue of me casting my opinion, giving my opinion at this point, and later casting a vote on who I think would be best to lead the House of Representatives, the full House of Representatives, in this next Congress.
I'm curious what you thought of the fact that many people came to the polls when we asked them questions about the Mueller probe, for instance, and yet a plurality said they disapproved of it. Only 41% approved of it. Are you concerned that Democrats are going to do too much investigating of the president, or do you think some accountability is necessary because enough hadn't been done by the previous Congress?
Well, I think Congress has, as you well know, Congress has a variety of roles. Congress has the role of legislating in a way that positively impacts our community. And certainly my district has sent me to Washington, has decided to choose to send me to Washington to focus on a variety of the issues that are important. Congress, of course, also has an oversight function. And I think it's incredibly important that where appropriate, Congress execute and take action on its oversight function. But for the time being, I'm really focused on getting ready to follow the mandate of my voters and focus on, where it is that I can find real solutions, how it is that I can address through on the legislative side some of the issues that are most important to people in my district. And again, those are issues of healthcare and education and good governance and campaign finance reform and jobs and economic growth for our district back home.
All right, Abigail Spanberger, I'm going to leave it there. The new Democrat from Virginia's 7th District. It's Richmond, almost to the Northern Virginia suburbs here. A lot of people here in the D.C. market saw your TV ad, so I think people are getting familiar with you. So thanks for coming on, sharing your views, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.